Have you ever noticed that small, unassuming tab on your rearview mirror? You've likely seen it, perhaps even accidentally touched it once, but there's a very good chance you have no idea what it actually does. I didn't either. For years, I drove past it every single day, and when I finally found out what it was, I couldn't believe it had been sitting right there the whole time. It's not for adjusting the angle, it's not part of the mounting. It's a switch, one that can prevent a real accident at night, and most drivers have never deliberately used it once in their lives. Let me put you in a moment you've almost certainly experienced. It's late, you're on a dark road, a highway, a back road, no streetlights. Your eyes have settled into the darkness, you're comfortable, you're in control. Then, headlights appear behind you, a big SUV, a truck. Headlights mounted just high enough to fire directly into your rearview mirror and straight into your eyes. Each time you glance at the mirror, an intense beam of white light assaults your eyes. Here's what's happening inside your body in that moment. Your pupils were wide open, dilated, pulling in every bit of light from that dark road ahead. That's how your eyes protect you at night. But the instant that blast hits them from the mirror, they slam shut. It's a reflex, involuntary, unstoppable. And for 2, maybe 3 seconds, you genuinely cannot see the road. At 70 miles per hour, you travel 100 feet every second. 3 seconds of impaired vision, that's 300 feet of road you're covering without truly seeing it. A stopped car on the shoulder, a pedestrian, a deer mid-crossing, anything that required you to react fast and you weren't ready. That car behind you isn't going anywhere. Miles of this. Check mirror, get blasted, lose vision, recover, repeat. It's exhausting and quietly dangerous. So what do drivers do? Some stop checking the mirror entirely, flying blind to whatever's behind them. Others squint, catching the bare minimum, sacrificing clarity in both directions. Others grip the wheel and endure it, waiting for the car to pass. All of them thinking this is just the price of driving at night, that it's unavoidable, that nothing can be done. Almost none of them realizing the answer is literally one finger away. That tab on the bottom of your rearview mirror activates anti-glare mode. Flip it, the mirror shifts position, and those blinding headlights behind you drop to a soft, completely manageable glow. The car is still there in the mirror. You can still see its position, track whether it's closing in, but its headlights no longer hurt. They no longer shut your pupils down. They no longer steal those seconds from you. Just one finger, one swift movement. In an instant, your night driving experience transforms entirely. Now, here's the part that genuinely surprised me when I learned it, because the engineering behind this is far more elegant than you'd expect. There are no electronics, no sensors, no special coding that switches on, no power consumption, nothing that can fail or need replacing. Just physics, working the exact same way it has since the 1940s. Your rearview mirror glass isn't flat. Pull it out and look at it from the side and you'd see it's a wedge, one edge slightly thicker than the other. From the front, it looks like ordinary flat glass, but that subtle shape is the entire secret. A normal mirror works like this. Light passes through the glass, hits the reflective coating on the back, usually a thin aluminum layer, and bounces straight back to your eyes. That coating reflects about 95% of incoming light. That's why mirrors give you such a sharp, bright image. But here's something most people never think about. The front surface of the glass, the side facing you, also reflects light, just a tiny amount, around 4 to 5%. It's the same phenomenon that shows you your own face in a dark shop window or in your phone screen when it's powered off. Glass is never truly transparent. A fraction of light always bounces off the surface. You never notice this faint reflection in normal conditions because the bright 95% reflection from the back completely drowns it out. Think of trying to spot stars at noon. They're still shining up there, but the sun renders them invisible. When you flip the tab, the entire glass tilts a few degrees. That powerful back surface reflection, the 95%, swings up toward the ceiling of your car, out of your line of sight, gone. What you're left with is only that faint front surface reflection, 4 to 5% of incoming light, enough to see the car behind you clearly, enough to know where it is and what it's doing, but not enough to assault your pupils, not enough to wipe out your night vision. Same information, 95% less brightness. Some drivers discover this by accident. They flip the tab unknowingly at night, see a dimmer mirror, and assume something broke. They flip it back the next morning, see the bright reflection return, and convince themselves it was a malfunction, never realizing that what they accidentally activated was exactly what they needed the night before. The dimness is not a defect. The dimness is the entire point. This solution has been around since the 1940s, developed at a time when cars were becoming common enough that nighttime traffic finally became a real, large-scale hazard. Before that, drivers had no good option. Endure the glare, angle the mirror away and lose their rear view entirely, or stop checking behind them whenever someone followed close. Every option was a compromise. Every option came with a cost. The wedge mirror ended all of that. Keep the view, keep the information, kill the glare. No electricity required, nothing to maintain, nothing to break, just geometry. That tab has been standard on virtually every car built since the late 1940s. Not a premium feature, not something reserved for new vehicles or high-end trims. Every car, every driver, every night drive for over 80 years. Now, newer vehicles, especially in higher trims, use what's called an electrochromic mirror. The glass dims automatically the moment sensors detect bright light from behind and brightens again when it clears. Seamless, hands-free, effortless. If your car has one of these, it's already protecting you without you ever thinking about it. But the majority of cars being driven right now still have the manual tab, and that's completely fine because it works just as well. You just have to use it. 2 small habits that make a real difference. First, don't wait until you're already being blinded. Flip to anti-glare mode when the sun goes down and traffic is building around you. Be proactive. Second, flip it back in the morning. In daylight, that 5% reflection is genuinely too dim for safe driving. Normal position for the day, anti-glare for the night. That's the whole system. Here's what I want you to do the next time you sit in your car. Find the tab, flip it. Look at what the mirror shows you, then flip it back and compare. Feel the difference between 95% brightness and 5. That gap, that's the difference between a night drive that's quietly compromising your vision mile after mile and one where you're fully in command of everything around you. A simple wedge of glass, a tiny plastic tab, 80 years of brilliant engineering, often overlooked, present in countless cars every single night, waiting for its purpose to be revealed. If you already knew what this tab was for, tell me in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how many of you did. And if today was the day you finally found out, hit that like button. It takes 1 second and it helps this video reach the drivers who need it most, the ones out there right now on dark roads, not knowing this exists. The end screen has 2 more videos, both about things already in your car that most people never use correctly. Stay for one more. I promise it's worth it. See you there.